Should be recording. There we are. Recording has started. Evening all. Yeah, thank you very much for attending. You got to hear my voice on a Sunday evening. I'm sure there's other things you could be doing, but look, it is great to see you all. PlayCricket has been it's been there for a long time now, and it's something I've used personally. Just looking at, games I've played myself, and I'm sure that the guide that we go through tonight will just give you just a bit of an insight into how you can help your clubs and kind of get involved. So I'm just going to look at what we're going to cover today. Sorry. So it's going to be split into two parts. The first part is signing up to play cricket and getting the access in the first place. Now, some of you will already have access and have used PlayCricket before. So we will go through that just as a guide to getting yourself on PlayCricket in the first place. And then the second part then will go through scoring on the app. Obviously, how to start the game, score it, finalize it, and then explain how the support that is there from PlayCricket. They really are a great help. They respond really quickly. So whilst it's a great tool, they've also got lots of great support as well, online and email, etc. If you do have any questions, please put them in the chat box. We will do all the questions at the end, so I'm able to just run through the slides. And hopefully I'll answer your questions while it's going through the slides. But again, if something's not quite understandable, then understanding, so chuck that in the chat box, and then we'll go through what's next. Okay, so why use PlayCricket? As explained at the top there, it's a digital platform that supporters, players, officials, parents, grandparents, anyone can use PlayCricket, and it's designed to kind of just give you loads of information and be able to provide statistics, scoring games, analysing and recording games. If you're on holiday, watching games live as they're happening. So again, it's a really, really great tool. We'll go through the various types of scoring apps, and obviously there's the live app as well. But again, the main part of why we want to use it is, again, lots of uses. Again, the individual player scores and statistics is just a great use for everyone. And again, you can track that throughout seasons and seasons gone by as well. So who uses it? So cricket clubs, obviously, clubs can score games in real time. Obviously, it's a great tool for clubs to use juniors through to seniors. Again, helps keep people motivated throughout the season. Again, tracking performances. Again, if you're a bit of a stato like me, then again, it's just a great tool. Teams, again, being able to look at past games, upcoming games, so who you're playing, tracking opponents, previous historical games against your opponents. And again, everyone in the club can use it, but again, it can also be a great thing for individual teams. So you can track teams from seasons gone past again. So in terms of who is used for cricket clubs and teams, and of course then the players and the parents themselves. So you're able to follow your club and your child's games in real time. And obviously then you're able to then share those results. So whilst we got the apps to score games, it's also web browser friendly as well. So you're able to share the web link. People can obviously watch it live, or go back and see games that have happened. And again, going back to the comparisons and full history stats. So it's a fantastic tool for everyone to use. And again, it's hopefully something that you will take forward and use long term. So just going to play.
Introducing.
Apologies. Just going to play a short clip. It's about 2 minutes long. Again, just something around the player communications. When you sign up for Play Cricket, you're able to see stats and you get emails from the ECB. So I'll just play the video, and you can see for yourself.
Player Comms, your personalised weekly updates for your team stats and performances. This is Joe. Joe just scored 4 runs. Well done, Joe. Better get that recorded. Games scored on Scorer or Scorer Pro record match day performance, meaning no need for paper scorecards or dodgy blunt pencils. Each Wednesday, the Player Comms email will hit your inbox, displaying all the latest scores and statistics for you, your teammates and your team, making it super easy for you to dig into your detailed stats week after week. You can recap your own performance, making it the perfect way to keep track of your season. Oh look, Joe made the honours board again. Bet he's smug. If, like Joe, you smash it out the ground and score over 50 runs or take 3 or more wickets, you'll get a personalised congratulations message from an England player. Not bad for a Wednesday afternoon. It doesn't stop there. Compete with your clubmates in the most valuable player ranking. Our season-long points formula show who you need to outperform next week to rise up your club's ranking. Like James, Joe's brother. This is James. He went AWOL last week. James should know better than to miss a game of cricket. He may regret it when he checks his email. James received his Player Comms email and reviewed his team's results and the impact a week off had on his MVP ranking. He's now motivated to get back to the crease. James was leapfrogged by Joe. That week off was costly. And here's Joe letting him know all about it. Come on, boys. That's enough banter for this week. Look at that happy smirk on Joe's face. Back to the nets for James. He needs to get in touch for the weekend. There's nothing like a bit of friendly competition to benefit the whole team, as well as smash your own personal targets. Did I mention Player Comms includes a look forward at next week's opponents? Check out their recent form and get a head start on what plans to put in place. You can also see which of their players are the ones to watch, like John. Another 50 for him. Give your team the leading edge. With these stats at your fingertips, you'll nail your changing room chat. Not signed up yet? Register on play-cricket.com and we'll do the rest. Play Cricket, powering the recreational game.
So again, a great tool that comes straight into your inbox on your email, and it's just again something to have a bit of chat around. And again, you could just see who's performing in the club. Every team in the club will show on there. So again, yeah, by having Play Cricket available to you, gives you those options as well. So just going to talk about what is actually available. So there's there's 2 scoring apps, and there's the Play Cricket Live app. So tonight we'll predominantly talk about the Play Cricket Scorer app, which is the first block there, the blue playcricket.com block. The other one is the Play Cricket Live app. So again, whilst signing up to Play Cricket, it's one username and one login throughout the whole of the Play Cricket system. So by downloading both apps, again, one will be the Scorer, and the green one there is the Live app. And on the Live app, you're able to just see games happening as and when. You're able to see upcoming fixtures. But also with that Live app, the web browser is also just a good thing as well. So each club will have their own Play Cricket site, which clubs are able to use as their actual main website, which I know a lot of clubs do. It's a free tool for clubs to use, and all the data just transfers between the two. And then you've got PCS Pro Scorer, which is scoring on a laptop predominantly. Again, you got a lot more features on a laptop, being able to, when you're scoring games live, etc. So those are the 3. Predominantly going to talk about the Scorer one tonight. But the access is what you need for all 3. Once you log in and sign up for one, it's the same login for both. So The next bit, and again, lots of you may already be registered on PlayCricket, so that's fantastic if you are. And again, just a couple of laptop pictures there. So the first one is the sign-up page on playcricket.com. Now you can sign up from your own club's PlayCricket site. If you were to search your own club's name into Google with PlayCricket attached to it, then it would take you straight to that website, and you're able to log in and sign up from there. If you're not signed up, then again, you can use the QR code on the screen there. I'll leave that up for a few seconds, which will take you through to playcricket.com. Once you've signed up, again, the next slide now, I'll just explain where you can sign up to your own club. So I'll just leave that up for a few seconds if you want to scan it. Okay, right. So moving on to the next one, which is again how to register. So once you've registered on playcricket.com, you can then register yourself on your own club site. There may be people who are on the call tonight who are going to score pathway games, maybe. It's such a great tool to use that you can just jump from one club to another if you're involved in multiple clubs or multiple teams or setups. So once you've signed up, it's then the PlayCricket administrator for each club. So obviously they got a good job then to make sure that once you've signed up, you then have access to be able to score games. Obviously the picture's not it's not that clear, big there, so we will send the PDF of this out afterwards. But if you've got your PlayCricket administrator from your club, should know how to create yourself as a scorer. The middle one there, once you sign up to PlayCricket, when you log into your club's PlayCricket site, and when you click on account, you would just join that site, and you can join as many sites as needed. Like I said, if you're involved in multiple clubs or teams, but then it would be the PlayCricket administrator from within each club, so each club will have one. They would then be able to give you scorer access. You may need more access, or you might need to upload teams, etc. So that administrator within the club would be that person to do that. So, but for the purpose of tonight and scoring on the app, and just seeing how it works, you would just need scorer access, which then means when you download the app, which is the next slide. So this is the app I'll be going through this evening. I've got a couple of QR codes there if you haven't got it. Now, don't worry if you haven't registered already. Again, I'm just going to go through how to score a game tonight. And again, we'll take feedback at the end if there's more training that's necessary. But again, feel free to download the app if you haven't already. Again, I leave that up for a few seconds. Okay, so once you've downloaded the app will just open up and look like this. Now, you will use the same login details that you've used to sign up for the app for PlayCricket. And then, as you can see at the bottom, there's 3 other icons. You've got other matches, tools, and tutorials. And when I go into the app shortly, you'll be able to see that as well. Within the other matches, there's obviously a few tabs there. So you've got downloaded matches, you've got custom matches, shared match, and demo match. We will ask you at the end of this call tonight. It'll be, if you haven't scored before, go and do a demo match. Just have a go, and hopefully some of the things we go through tonight will make a bit of sense. Sometimes you haven't got internet at the cricket ground, so you are able to download games pre-match, so you can download them at the house. If you know you're going to a ground that hasn't got internet or good internet signal, you can download the game, score the game offline, and then when you get back home or wherever it might be with his internet, Wi-Fi, you can then re-upload the match, which will then talk to PlayCricket, and then you'll be able to see the game within your club's website, and everyone else will be able to see it as well. If you do score it live, then like I said earlier, people can just see it as it's happening, which again, it's just a fantastic tool. They've now got an option for shared match as well. So sometimes you might go and score a game and somebody's already started a match. So the two of you are able to, or however many there are of you, you can score the game simultaneously by sharing the match. Again, you got the tools in the middle. Again, I won't complicate you with the DL calculator, but again, there are those options as well. And then you've got tutorials, which will explain lots of the stuff I'll go through tonight. But again, in your own time, you can just go through them in terms of match setup, how to score, editing, and how to correct any errors, and of course, ending a match. Which takes us on to this. So I'm now going to run through a demonstration. I'll be, again, you can see the screen on the left, the phone on the left-hand side. That's what mine, my PlayCricket looks like. So I've obviously got a lot of involvement with various teams and clubs. So depending on the access you have, those highlighted in black will be the ones that you can gain access to. The ones that are not shaded, then obviously you don't have access to those. So I'm just going to stop sharing. The scorer. Okay, so hopefully you can see the PlayCricket scorer app. Mark, can you just give me a thumbs up?
I can see it. Can everyone else see it? Can we get some thumbs up if you can see that? Great.
Okay. So obviously my contact details, my email address, and my password are already there. So if you were to click on other matches, like the screenshot just showed, you can obviously see those. Again, the tutorials. So you just click on each one. So we're just going to log in. I'm going to. Hopefully you can see the screen. I'm going to use a game from Carmarthen Wanderers Cricket Club, which is my home club. And then what happens is various leagues and competitions that your club or team will be involved in will show up. Now sometimes you know, so for example, if it was girls under 13s girls under 15s hardball league, you would just click on that, and all it does is filter the fixtures through to that particular team. I'm just going to click the X button, and I'm just going to press the download button, which is on the top right hand corner here. It will take about 30 seconds, so please bear with me. So once this downloading, what will show now is all the games that have either previously been scored, and or it will show games that are upcoming within the next 10 days. So if you're looking for a fixture that's, again, 11 or 12 days down the line, you won't be able to see it. So as you can see there, so there's games there from June last year, and I'll just kind of filter down. So it's got all the various teams, under 10s, women's, under 13s, etc. So the game I'm going to use for now is going to be this women's first 11 against Carmarthen Wanderers third 11. Now this is a pairs game, so I'm going to show a pairs game. I'll maybe do an over each, and then I'll flip back out, and then I will show another game which will be proper cricket out, just to so you can see the difference. So, like I said earlier, if you're in the house and you're going to a ground that might not have internet, you are able to download the game. So you just click download, and then once it's downloaded, it will show in here in the downloaded tab. I'm just going to start match. Okay, so I've already pre-populated the team. So if you just bear with me a second, I'm just going to, I will come back and explain. So this is what it would look like once we get to the main part of the game. But I'm just going to go back to match settings. So here on match settings, again, there's various settings you can have. So in-app help, and it just if for example you make a mistake, it'll just talk you through it. And as the more you use it, the more confident you get with it. Again, you're able to just turn those off. So same with these ones. So show full players' names, show wagon wheel. Have them on to start with, have a go. And again, as the more confident you get with it, you can then take them off. So as you can see, it's 8 players in a team. We're playing an 8-over game. And then you've got all the rules for the game. So for example, it's 2 runs for a wide, 2 runs for a no ball. So we've got rebow no balls, a rebow wide. So we'll tick them. Okay. So in the final over of a game, we know they're going to play extra ball for wides and no balls. Now, each league should have their rules set up. So I've created a friendly match for this one. So that's the reason that wasn't ticked. But each league, providing that the PlayCricket administrator has set the games up, there shouldn't be a lot for you to do at this point, but I would strongly recommend checking it. The one that doesn't show there that might show up, especially for a pairs game, is when a batter is out, they change strike. Now, what sometimes happens is that unticks itself. So once that shows up, I would just tick the button. So I'm going to click done there. And then we're just going to look at team selection. So if I show 4 players and edit team. So the team we've selected here, we're able to remove players and replace players. But what it'll ask you is to make sure that you have a wiki keeper specifically highlighted. Otherwise, it won't let you go back. So if I'm just gonna, if I just replace a player here. So as you can see, as we've got all the players on our, all the players who've been registered to our club will show. We are then able to just change a player. So then that name changes at the top. Same if you want to change the captain, you just can set as captain, and you can also remove captain's role as well. So that's the same for both teams. So if you wanted to add more people, you would just see all the players here. Sometimes you'll have 0 players. There is a way of adding your team on. I've done that just to speed time up a little bit tonight. But when you get to a game, it'll show, sometimes, most of the time I'd say, show 0 players. So you would just flick through the players. You can also go to squad players, which, if each team has got their own specific squad, that will make life a lot easier. I haven't got that here, but you can just go through each player, and you would just click the plus button for each relevant player, and then because it's 8 aside. If I was to select a 9th player, then it would say we've already selected the 8. Okay, so now we're ready to start the game. So I'm just gonna check here now. So okay, so let's go back here, ball by ball. So you would then score the game as it happens. All right, so we'll just score an over. So let's say we have a 1. Now at the start, if I just go back, sorry, where it says confirm balls. Now you can turn that off. I'll keep it on for now. But you would just confirm the ball. Now, this is what will happen if you've got the wagon wheel set in. And again, don't want to throw too much of this, but if you wanted to do this, you could. Okay, so you press done. So you're just showing the system where the ball has gone. I'm now just going to turn that off. Okay, so I'm going to turn the wagon wheel off and then go back in. So the next time I do a dot ball, it would just confirm ball. So I do 1. So we've done the 1 and it's just gone on. Then we do a 6. And then we do a wide. So as the rule, or at the start, it was 2 runs for wides and no balls. If you've gone past that part at the start of the game and it is only 1 for a wide, again, you can change the values. All right, which would just take you back here. You would just change the value to 1. We're going to keep it at 2. And that would then change to 1. So we're just going to click tick there. And then we're going to go wicket to finish the over. When you click on wicket, it will ask you for the type. So you've got court, LBW, bold, etc. We're going to go for bold. Actually, we go court. So then again, you can then select the fielder who caught the ball. Again, it asks you if the players have crossed. So again, if you've got two scorers next to each other, this is where these things do crop up, and it's obviously good to have a scorer from each team where you can see whether they have crossed. So I'm just going to tick there. So I'm going to end the over there. So when it gets to 6 balls, I will change here. So I'm just going to do another over. 3 runs. Have a leg bite. So again, each ball keeps on asking you if you want to confirm the runs. We'll do another wicket. Okay. At the end of the over, this is what should show up. So you'd have an over summary. And again, if let's say sometimes it happens where you've got it as over, but the umpires haven't signaled over and they've carried on playing the game, you can just press continue over. Failing that, you can end the over. Now, at the top here, where you got the score, so I'm just going to do another wicket here. If we do another bold. So the score is 11 there. Because we're losing 5 runs for a wicket, 5 runs automatically comes off the top. Okay, so the game was set up as 8 overs, there's 2 overs a pair. At the end of each pair, it will ask you to change your pair, which you press OK to. And then you select 2 new batters. Then a new bowler as well. You would then carry that on for the rest of the innings. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is close that innings. So to do that, you press actions and close innings. At the end of it, say it was 8 overs, once you get to the 8 overs, it would automatically do this for you. Okay, so we're just going to say they were all out. We're going to press done. And then we want to close the innings. Then here you've got new innings. So the second team who are going to bat next. So we're going to go here and we're going to select our batters. And then we're going to select our bowler. So as you can see at the top, because it was 6 was their final score. Obviously, it's showing there as 194. Next team will start on 200. So generally, most junior games will start on 200. Obviously, I know the Women's Softball League, etc., starts on 200. So again, this adds all up for you. Okay, so 2, 6, 4, another 6, and a dot, and a bye. Okay, so end the over. So again, same thing. At the end of each over, it shows up. And then, right, so we're going to close the innings there. So we're going to close. So here we're going to end match. So this will do it automatically for you. Okay.
Carl,
At the end of the
sorry, Carl. Before you end match, there are some questions relevant to this, so I think it's worth doing them now, so we'll be able to show.
Yeah.
We'll answer the how do you add new players in. We'll do that late. We'll answer that later. For under 11s teams, they keep swap keepers quite a lot, meaning a player can keep and bowl in the same match. Is there any way you could change that over, or would you just have to stay as one wicket keeper? That's a really difficult ball I've just bowled you then, isn't it?
No, that's okay. It's okay. I'm just seeing if I can go back. I'll let to reopen the innings. So if I change the bowler here, 2, 4, 6. Yeah. So I think it depended on the league and depended on the game setup really, because you've got one wicket keeper. It would only obviously it only gives you 7 bowlers. So go back to Dion there. So if I was to change a bowler, obviously it's still only giving me the same bowler, so the wicketkeeper doesn't include in that. So the only way around that is at the start of the game is to have an extra bowler, an extra player. So if I can, let me go back. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to this one, set up, and I'll go into another game. Bear with me.
There's another question here, Carl, while you're doing that. What does the crossed option mean when wicket taken?
Right, bear with me. If I can just open up another game here.
There you go. Kevin's just answered that question. You can go back into the setup and change the keeper.
Yeah. So when you're in your edit team bit here, so let's just say we're picking our players here. So obviously set as wicketkeeper. So if we just go setup, so this is what it didn't show on the last one as well. So when you set your team up, you got the option to put in who's won the toss and who's going to bat the ball first. You would do that, and then they would ask you to score ball by ball or score manually. Scoring ball by ball is what you would do if you're scoring it live. So if I just select my batters, and my bowler. Okay. And then click on the 3 dots, team selection, and sorry, I didn't catch the name you said, but yeah, you could just change the wicketkeeper in here then. So you can add multiple wicketkeepers. Oh, there we are. Yeah, so you're able there to add multiple wicketkeepers, so hopefully that will help with that. Is that okay, Mark?
Yep, good.
Okay. Any other question before we
No,
move
there's
on?
some questions that we can answer at the end. I think they'll be answered now in the next slide or two, to be honest with you.
Okay, fine. Just going to see if this one is. Yeah, so I'm just going to go back from this game. I just want to very quickly show you the difference between obviously the pairs game and then obviously a proper out your out game, which is exactly the same. And so if we were to go here. Just select my wicketkeeper. Continue there. So again, we'll set up who's won the toss, who's elected the bat, and again, this all updates on PlayCricket then. So again, people can see who's batting and bowling. So as you can see at the top now, it's obviously changed from being just a score to a score and wickets. So if we do a wicket, let's say they were, so let's say it was a run out, and obviously the batter facing wasn't the person run out. You could then select the batter that was out, run out, then. So you would see 6 for 1 then show in the top corner. So again, that's just the difference between pairs and prop. It will just show that. Okay, I think I'm done there, Mark.
Excellent. There was a few questions on the follow-up for the 8 bowlers. So when you've got 8 bowlers, you can then select wicketkeeper. Sorry, you can then select them as bowlers, Carl. Yeah.
Yeah, it should, as long as they're as long as within that team. So again, it's not something I've come up against before, I'll be honest.
Okay, we'll have to give that a go.
Yeah.
And then there was something around it'll confuse play cricket. There's a new question come in for pairs. Umpires will sometimes change the strike during the over to share out the number of balls placed by the pair. I think it's fairly simple to change the strike manually.
Yeah, so if you were in here, so where the batter's name is, if you click on the 3 dots and change strike, so obviously the highlighted batter then will show. And again, yeah, that happens, I mean, quite often. And again, it's one of those things to just double check. So if you play in pairs where the batters swap after the wicket's taken, it might be at the end of the over. Just double check that the right batter is on strike. But again, it's pretty straightforward to just change the strike. Same if you put a batter in and then that changes because they can't find the helmet and whatever. You want to you might want to change the batter. You're able to do that as well. Okay. Anything else there, Mark, or no?
Yeah, a really good one. Yeah. A new question. Can you just show how you undo a human error, for instance? So say you put 6 down and it wasn't 6 or whatever.
Yeah. So whilst you're scoring here, you got ball by ball, and then obviously once if you've made a bit of an error, like we all do, you would just click on the pen, and then it just gives you the option to change who's batting, who's bowling. Was it 4 wides? Was it 4 runs? Again, whatever you need it to be, you can change it. Was it a different ball? So again, I think it's really key that, I mean, if you haven't done it before, have a go on the demo, and guaranteed it. You will come up against these things when scoring. So yeah, it is there for human error. So hopefully that clears that one up, Mark.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. Okay, so in terms of the app then, so if we go to end match, so we're just going to end this match. So this is where you can edit. So if a score, I mean, you can flick between both innings. And this is really key, especially the junior leagues or games that are involved in a league. It's really important that we finalise the match. So whether that's at the game because you've got internet access, or whether that's you've downloaded it, you're going back home, or wherever it might be, it's really key we end the match and finalise the result. Some people will just see save and exit and just think, right, that's it. We really have to make sure we finalise the result, because what that does then automatically updates the tables and updates the results. So people might be away on holiday watching, and they can see the scores, but they might not know what's going on. So when you click on finalise match, you just click on the relevant result, and then you click OK. And then this game then will show, so bear with me, show down here somewhere. There it is. So what's it showing the 6 there? Obviously it was 206. It'll show in there. So then if, for example, you wanted to view or share it, like I said, if you have downloaded it and get home and then resync it to PlayCricket, so you don't have to go back into the game and share everything, you just press resync, and it'll just share it now that you've got internet access. Every game will go on there, and if you wanted to, again, filter it down by competition or by team, so if I was to go this one here, so again, that would just show, yeah, should load that one.
While you do that, Carl, there's a question come in. Do most clubs put their own teams in before the start of a match, or is it just done by a single scorer who puts in both? It'd be great, ideal if we could get to a point where everyone is repopulating their teams before the match starts. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. There will be that little Johnny or little Claire can't make the game, and you'll have to change them around. So more often than not, you will be putting the teams in just before the match starts. But if you go up to the coach and ask them to write down who are in their team, that will help you then just add those players in.
Yeah, no, it's a good one, and again, it's every game, though there is different access that you need if you were going to do it yourself. It does, not that it takes a long time, but again, it does mean someone logging into the admin side of PlayCricket as opposed to just the app. If you want to preload your team, it does save a bit of time. Again, having the right players' names on there does obviously help. Sometimes you've got to put unsure or an edited name, which then doesn't show up on PlayCricket, so then you can't look at stats. So again, there's a few other bits to this which hopefully within time, again, there might be something else that we look at doing, but to answer that question, it is a case of, yes, you can put teams on preloaded before, which does help, but again, failing that, it'll be just selecting the team. And like Mark said, I mean, whether the other coach or the other scorer, you do it, I mean, 5-10 minutes before the game. That's again, it doesn't take too long, but again, it does help if the teams are preloaded.
Cool. Last couple of slides now, Carl.
Yeah, okay, right. So I'm just going to unshare my screen. I'm going to reshare this one here. So gone through that last couple of bits now. So PlayCricket support, like I said earlier, it's really good. They are fantastic at responding to what you need, really. A lot of it is self-help there as well, where you could just log on. Again, I could put the QR code. You can generally find the answer you need without having to email PlayCricket. But again, there's loads of YouTube videos. Again, if you're an administrator as well, there's lots of guide, and again, how to put teams on will be on there. The different types of scoring software, like I said, the app or PCS Pro, you might be really, really competent and want to do it on a laptop. So again, everything is there that you need. and generally it's all laid out for you by searching. You search cricket and it'll show up the other things with cricket. So yeah, so the PlayCricket support is a really good help. And we're now at the Q&A, Mark, if we've got any more to go through.
There are no questions in the chat. Does anyone have any questions? If you want to raise a hand and come off mute and ask a question that hasn't been covered in Carl's demonstration. That was a kind of a quick whistle-stop tour. What I find is the hardest part of PlayCricket is actually getting the admin rights and joining your club. The scoring part will come pretty quickly, to be honest with you, when the umpire's giving you a signal on the side. But we would recommend that you go into demo mode and, well, hopefully when that sun starts to shine and cricket is being played, that you go down and maybe sit next to the scorer that's there and go on demo mode and just confirm back and forth at the end of every over to make sure you're on the right track. We have one question in the chat. No, we have a few questions.
There's a few popped in there. I think I'm going to have to reopen the app here, Mark.
Okay, the crossing question from Wicket. So I think you mean if they crossed when they were out. Is that what you mean? Sorry. Look, who said that? Julie. We'll come back to this question. How does the shared match work?
Yeah.
Carl?
So I'm just going to go back to log out. Yeah. So when you click on the shared match, so while scoring a match on another device, you need to go to menu and select transfer scoring access. And obviously there is a you can scan the QR code, which obviously you'd have on there. Sorry. So let's go back to return to login. I'm just going to go back to let's find the game again. So up in the top corner here, obviously good, and then you'd click on transfer scoring access. So the other person would score who was scoring as well would do slow down QR, sorry. Yeah, so the other person would then scan the QR code that shows up on here. It's not going to do it for me now, I don't think. No, it doesn't look like it's doing it. Anyway, so once you're on the game, if I go back, sorry. So once you click on the top the three buttons on the top, transfer scoring access. So again, this may help us. Let's say, for example, you score in, you got 3% left on your phone, and it's not going to last till the end of the game. Again, that might be another option of when you share that access, because what you don't want to do is start scoring the game and then your phone, I mean, it goes off, and then you can no longer score the game, and then you're scratching around looking for a pen and paper to finish off the game. So again, that's the other really key part is if you are going to be using a tablet or a phone, make sure it's charged. But just in case, I mean, that does happen, the transfer scoring access, you can hopefully we'll see a QR code, but it's not quite working for me at the minute.
Next question, Carl. Once logged in, how do you select multiple kind of teams or sites? This person can only see one site, and that's the club that they're with. So how would, say, for example, you were going to score for Cricket Wales East End 11s?
Yeah. So what you'd have to do is into each relevant. So let's say, for example, Club A, you've registered to play cricket. You've gone to play Club A, which is your club. You click join this site. You'll need to click join this site on each different play cricket site. So, for example, just going to come off here. If I stop sharing my screen, just bear with me, it'll be easier if I can.
Whilst you're doing that, I'll answer this other question, Carl. What happens if a player from another team plays for you because you're short? You can just put a player's name in.
Yeah. You can just, I mean, Joe Blogs or whatever it might be. You can add a temporary player, and you would just have to manually put it in yourself. So while selecting your team, at the bottom, if you remember when we were on it just now, we said add more players, or add custom players. So that's how you would do that, and it would show then on the scorecard. So I'm just going to give you an example. Bear with me. So I'm going to use first club that came into my head, Clydach Cricket Club. So obviously I'm not a member of their site, but let's say I was a new player or I was a parent. I would click sign in on the top right hand corner, and then obviously it's because I'm obviously on it all the time, it would sign in. Now, if you can see in the top right hand corner, Mark, just let me know if you can see, because sometimes it doesn't share.
Yeah.
So top right hand corner, so the clubs that I'm linked to, or I'm a member of, or the competitions that I'm a member of will show here. If I wanted to become a member of Clydach site, I would click join this site on there. So if you are scoring at your club and then maybe scoring pathway game, you would need to have access to the Cricket Wales Play Cricket site, which is this one here. So obviously, because I'm already a member of this one, it wouldn't show. But me and there's several other people who are administrators on there, they would just give you the same access your club would give you for scoring there. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think that answers it. There's two questions here, Carl, around, they're pretty much the same, really. What is the etiquette when two scorers are scoring at one time? Do you automatically do a shared match?
Generally, be the home team. I think the home team would be the main scorer if that's what they want to be called. So again, sometimes we'll say, so if somebody has pressed start match, say, I don't know, it happened a few times with me last year. I turn up to a game, go to start the game, someone's already started the match. Generally, it's the home team who've done that. So I think in general, if the home team have started the game, then fine. But you can then, link it with each other to do it that way. I think that's probably the easiest way to go about it, I think.
Yeah. Okay, there are a few questions around. I can't log in. I've logged into Play Cricket, so that login works, but I can't log into the scoring app. I'm not sure you can answer those, Carl, or whether they need to go through to the Play Cricket.
Maybe I'm not sure whether I would have thought it would happen straight away. So I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen. Yeah, I'm thinking it should work straight away. The other option, the other thing is whether it takes a bit of time just for the app and the login details to sync. Maybe, I don't know, but if you've recently done it within the last hour, then maybe that's it. But yeah.
Okay. If there are no further questions, we're 15 minutes overrun than where I would like to have been. I hope everyone has found it informative, and I hope that everyone is going to start to explore and go and do a few demo games and help your club out, because as a volunteer myself at a cricket club, any help is great. But if you're umpiring out there when you're running a junior team and trying to score as well as move the field, pick the bowlers, tell some kids to behave on the side because they get a little bit rowdy, trying to do it all at once is hard work. So if anyone can put their hand up and help their club out, then excellent. We will share with you the slides and also like the guide, which will have interactive links on there. So you click on there and it'll take you through to certain links, whether it be the scoring app, whether it will be the help. As Carl mentioned on the call, the self-help is absolutely brilliant. You just type in your question and certain things will come up, whether that'll be a YouTube video or whether that'll just be a link to some guidance of what you need to do. PlayCricket, the help desk, they're very responsive in getting back within 24 hours. If you have a question that you can't find out the answer to on the site, drop that in an email to PlayCricket and they come back to you straight away. Yeah, as we said earlier, if you can get out there this weekend, if the sun is going to shine for us, or this week, and just have a go at a few demo games. We will share a survey, and as I said at the start of the call, it'd be great if you could fill it out. This is the first time we've run a call like this. We've had around 80 people on the call at all times, so which is good. We haven't had too many drop off. We've lost a couple at the end here, but we just want to know whether this was informative. Would you like more of this? Would you like to do, you know, what else would you like to learn that we can support with? Yeah, that's it from me, Carl. Is there anything from you?
No, I think everyone's had enough of hearing my voice, so thank you very much.
Brill. Thank you very much, guys. We'll leave you for the rest of your evenings now. And yeah, good luck. Let's get this sun shining and good luck with your scoring journey. Thanks all.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you.
Hello.
You might need to end the call. I think there's 3 or 4 who was clearly on there and not on there. Is there still people on there?
Yeah, there's 2.